Good morning, students. Welcome to English class. In today's module, we deal with Vistas, Prose 5, Part 2 of Should Wizard Hit Mommy, written by John Updike. Before reading the textbook, please read through this vocabulary for a better understanding of the lesson. You have got a few more words and their meanings here. Please go through it. In the first half of the lesson, we discussed about the routine of storytelling by Jack the father, the problem faced by Roger's skunk, and the request made by Roger to the wizard to make him smell like roses. Now let's see what happens next. Jack got annoyed. Jack relates the face that his daughter made to that of his wife. She made such a face when she pretended to be enjoying a cocktail party. As he continues with the story, by mistake he changed the animal to fish and Joe corrected him. Jack got a bit annoyed with Joe's expression and suddenly he heard some furniture rumbling downstairs. He realized that Claire, his wife, shouldn't be moving heavy things as she was 6 months pregnant and they were going to have their third baby. Now Jack continues with Roger's story. Roger smells good. The wizard tells Roger to go to the end of the lane and turn around 3 times, and when he would look in the magic well, he would find 3 more pennies. Roger did exactly how he was told and got the extra pennies. He then gave the pennies to the wizard and ran back to the woods where everybody gathered around him because he smelled so good. Then they all played a lot of games and enjoyed themselves. As it was getting dark, all the animals ran back to their mummies. Here we come across a twist in the story. Roger's mommy doesn't like the change. Joe thought that the story was over. On the other hand, Jack did not like women who would take things for granted. He continued the story, asking Joe to be a little attentive. The mommy skunk asked from where that awful smell was coming. Roger replied that it was him and that he smelled like roses. The mommy skunk got angry and ordered Roger to accompany her to the wizard. Roger told his mom that all his friends ran away from him if he smelled bad, to which his mom replied that she didn't care and that he smelled just the way a baby skunk should smell. His mom took out her umbrella and they went to the wizard's house and the mommy skunk hit him on his head. Then Joe started imagining her own story about how the wizard would have hit the mommy skunk back and never changed Roger's skunk back. Her father told her that nothing of that sort happened and the wizard changed Roger's skunk back to normal and he did not smell of roses anymore. Jack ends the story. Now the question was about to pop up in little Joe's mind, but Jack stopped her and told her that it was his story and if she wanted him to tell her any more stories, then she should keep quiet. Joe kept on looking at her father with great surprise as she waited for the story to be continued. Roger's skunk and his mommy went back home and his father arrived from Boston. Then all of them had dinner. Later that night, when Roger's skunk was sleeping, Mommy skunk hugged him and told that he smelled again like her baby skunk and that she loved him a lot. With this, Jack entered the story, to which Joe asked, "Did the other animals run away from Roger's skunk again?" Jack replied no, because they slowly got accustomed to the smell. Joe wants a different ending for the story. Joe thought that what Mommy skunk did was not right. Jack took it personally and said no because somewhere he was relating it to himself and defending his own mother. Joe asked him to tell her a story the next day, that the wizard took her magic stick and hit the mommy. He told that the story gave us a message that the skunk loved his mother more than any of the other animals in the woods and that his mother knew what was right for him and what was not. Joe started insisting that the next day he would have to tell her a story like the one she wanted. Jack caught in an ugly middle position. Jack went downstairs and saw his wife painting the chair rail. She had opened the paint can, spread the newspapers, and was wearing an old shirt of his over her maternity dress. Suddenly, he again heard footsteps above and shouted at Joe. The sound of the footsteps started vanishing. Jack's wife told him that it was a long story. As he was feeling very tired, he just sat and watched his wife doing all the work. He stared at the woodwork around him and started relating it to his life. He felt caught in an ugly middle position. Although both of them, Jack and Claire, were caught in a cage-like situation in their marriage, neither did he want to talk to her, nor speak or touch her. Justification of the title, Should Wizard Hit Mommy? The title is justified as the story revolves around a question of understanding. In the story within a story, the daughter demands for an ending where the skunk is acceptable to his playmates. However, the father entered the story where the skunk's real self remained intact. The story is dealt with several perspectives of the adult and the children. The title is an open question put to the reader to attempt an interrogation, analysis, and to give a verdict. The title invokes curiosity in the reader and attaches importance to the judgment passed as it would reflect the reader's understanding of systems. The author has deliberately left the title open-ended. Character sketch of Jack. Jack is the protagonist of the story Should Wizard Hit Mommy, which examines the issue of parenting, the adult tendency to quell the questioning mind of the child, and the belief that the viewpoint of the adult represents the only valid one. Jack is conscious of his duties as a father and husband. He has been telling stories to his daughter Jo since she was 2 years old before her Saturday and evening naps. But now, 2.5 years later, he is fatigued and confused by her constant questioning, pointing errors when he mentioned Roger Fish instead of skunk, and asking for clarifications and suggesting alternatives. He has the typical parental attitude and opinion that parents know what is best for their children and stifles her objections and amendments shown by his defending the skunk's mother and indirectly his own mother. Jack feels caught in an ugly middle position physically, emotionally, and mentally. He did not like women taking anything for granted. He extends the story, changing the ending, giving it the face that he wants to. This is done despite the fact that he should be helping his pregnant wife paint the woodwork. Jack is someone who is not used to his authority being questioned and so is confused by Joe's questioning. Though a loving parent, he finds it hard to accept the fact that Jo now has a mind of her own. His insensitivity and impatience comes across his dealings with his daughter, and the fact that an adult's viewpoint is biased by personal experiences. Dear students, hope the lesson is clear to you and you are enlightened by the story of Jo and Jack. Thank you. Have a nice day.